Hey, everybody. The subject of our research today is this Ferrari here. This is a Ferrari 599. Granted, the car is not new, but the topic is this. What do they give when you buy, for example, this new Ferrari, which originally cost about €500,000? To be more precise, 420 or 430,000 euros. I think just if you count the cross rate, it would be about $500,000. Well, we are all used to that. When buying a new car in good times, we were given a bunch of mats, some nishtaki in the form of free trips to the service for some warranty issues, free maintenance. Anyway, tons and tons of all sorts of interesting stuff. So that's what went into the Ferrari package specifically in terms of gifts? Well, in a word, what do they give? For $500,000 when buying a Ferrari besides the car itself. I'll show you now. The video is actually quite short. I think you've guessed by now that Ferrari don't usually give you anything for nothing. But the pinnacle of all this action will be at the very end. I'll show it to you. But let's take it one step at a time. 2010 car. I could be wrong. The Ferrari 599, well, it's a bit of a tune-up. I think you'll have noticed by now. But the mileage is small, in the region of 20,000 kilometers. So, let's go back to our, shall we say, research, our conversations. What the Ferrari gives you for the money. But above all, the steering wheel. But again, this is not a gift, it is included with the car. Now I'm showing you this beautiful dashboard. But, accordingly, as you have probably already realized, Ferrari is a brand where you have to pay for every step. Basically like many German cars. But here are these seatbelts that I just showed you. It's going to cost somewhere around 600 euros. For each one. I mean, there's two of them. They're 4-point. Basically, all fancy, all sports themed, all cool, but at a cost. There are no gifts here. But the best part is, there's still a gift for later. He's quite so, you could say extreme he's going to look. Well, answer my question just in general as to whether this is the manufacturer's position right or wrong. Again, the position of the seller, in this case, an authorized dealer. Well, in general, of course, the officials gave something, but it was not some golden mountains, as, for example, at one time Range Rover, which there gave some trips, something else. What the cover showed you was also for money. But this one's free. There's this daddy, this box. Labeled VIP. I think you've already guessed that there's going to be something significant here. But that's what I thought too. Honestly, I had a car with a box like that. At first thought there was something super interesting left from the owners. You see, there's a duplication of that inscription here. This is the kind of leather binder. That's great. What do we have down here? Well, there's a book for the car stereo down here. Well, and consequently, all sorts of nonsense that is usually comes with the car. Well, you can see for yourself, it's probably already included in the price. It's not a gift. Here, for some reason, the disc from the installer is from another Ferrari model. Apparently, they are identical. There's a 612 Skoglet here. What's in this leather binder, leather folder, leather envelope? I'm showing you. Pulling this little string, also quite beautiful. You understand, $500,000 is still a sum that is still quite unaffordable for most Russians. Anyway, here's a scrapbook like this, again with these same logos. Well, what does it say? The actual vehicle details are written here. But also the best part, it's not a simple notebook, it's a photo album. Each page is numbered here somewhere. There are about 8 of them here, are all the moments of construction of your car with photos. But actually, this is a gift photo album for you with your car. That's what you'll get as a gift with your Ferrari car. Here's a look at how it's assembled. This is the body before it's painted. It's actually interesting to see one of these. There are some spackled moments, but in general everything is Italian. Everything is handmade. But then the type look. the most important thing is the heart of the car. Each photo is laid out with a leaf like this, really like parental, grandparents' photo albums, the way it used to be, with the spirit of the past. The car, you realize, is not new. Anyway, this is what the assembly process looked like. That's how this Ferrari was built. Well, and at the very, very end, a whole image of your automobile that is actually offered to you. Buy. I mean, you've already bought. But here's the best part at the end, a certificate for a guest tour of the Ferrari Museum. There's a cafe there. All in all, quite an interesting story. But actually, if you just buy it in the market, this visit, this Ferrari tour, it's I think worth a lot less than you spent on this car. Even if you take that it's some part of this car, but it's very, very small. So, well, as you can imagine, marketing is everywhere. Well, and in this case, although I think write also in comments as you think buying for such money, the car probably waits something interesting. On the other hand, if you have that kind of money to buy such a car, most likely you already have everything and it will be hard to surprise you with anything. Well, and accordingly Irara did not bother to give a photo album, gave a tour of the plant well, and actually nothing to deny yourself. Well, that's the story. I hope you like it. I'll tell you more when I bought a Range Rover. There was a lot more interesting stuff, right? What you were given when you bought new cars, Oksala. I think it's already a nostalgic note. Well, that's where we'll end it. Have a nice pro sport. I want to work. Let me know in the comments what you're interested in seeing on Ferrari.
Wow.